Our interaction with the Chinese officials, that version of what is happening in Xinjiang is completely different to the version of what we hear from the Western media and the Western governments. So, because we have a very strong relationship with China, and because we have a relationship based on trust, so we actually accept the Chinese version. You know, what they say about their programs in Xinjiang, so we accept it.
Saudi Arabia's young Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is forming new alliances. Now, the leader is in China, another country accused of authoritarianism. And according to reports, the Crown Prince has defended China's use of re-education camps for its country's Muslim population. The Crown Prince said, and I quote, "China has the right to carry out anti-terrorism and de-extremization work for its national security." Chinese President Xi Jinping told the Crown Prince that the two countries might strengthen international cooperation on de-radicalization to prevent the infiltration and spread of extremist thinking.
So on the one hand, you raise concerns about the Muslims in India, which has the second highest Muslim population in the world, and you make sweeping statements. But on the other, you say that you will not stand up for the Muslims of China because China is a powerful country. Have I got this right?
Well, our relation with India and with China are not quite the same. So with India, we feel that you are more liberal, more willing to accept criticisms. But with China, you know, they have a different system and different viewpoints.
But are you going to follow the Chinese system, or are you going to stand up for the Muslims of China? As you say, you're trying to do something for the Muslim world.
Well, there are ways of doing things. It's not always through confrontation or even through open statements. We will do things in our way.
Have you done something so far, sir?
We try to talk to the Chinese.
And what is the response?
Well, so far it's not so good.
My mother disappeared into one of the China's prison camps, along with more than 1 million Uyghurs.
Yani yardam kılamsa da o iştekiler hem çır bakrap gitti onda kuma vurma uyuşkanda işi bilmeydi orada dedi. Hatta dostum şunda uğrup gitti şuna Xuda deb bir ağızda Xuda deb kettiğini bilmem. Xudanın çakıra Xudanın so Xudanın nocusa meni aldımdan meni tulduralıpsın sana Xudanın nocusa.
They were 3 men. Not one, but 3. They did whatever evil their mind could think of, and they didn't spare any part of my body, biting it to the extent that it was disgusting to look at.
This is my mother, Taj Gulkadir. She also arrested and sentenced 13 years. And this is my elder brother, Ahmet Rashid. He is the business owner. He is the father of 3 children. And he's also arrested and sentenced 7 years. And this gentleman is my younger brother. He is also arrested and sentenced 15 years, 11 months.
If you were caught speaking Uyghur, you were locked up in a dark room. We also had to write out lines of praise to the Chinese Communist Party. Every 10 days we had to stick our arms through to get an injection. We didn't know what it was, but the younger women stopped having their periods. We had to do sit-ups in the nude. It didn't matter if you were 14 or 84. That's how they violated our honor.
The Chinese government has committed a series of ongoing human rights abuses against Uyghurs and other ethnic and religious minorities in Xinjiang that is often characterized as genocide. Since 2014, the Chinese government, under the administration of Chinese Communist Party (CCP) General Secretary Xi Jinping, has pursued policies that incarcerated more than an estimated 1 million Turkic Muslims in internment camps without any legal process. This is the largest scale detention of ethnic and religious minorities since World War II. Experts estimate that, since 2017, some 16,000 mosques have been razed or damaged, and hundreds of thousands of children have been forcibly separated from their parents and sent to boarding schools. Government policies have included the arbitrary detention of Uyghurs in state-sponsored internment camps, forced labor, suppression of Uyghur religious practices, political indoctrination, severe ill treatment, forced sterilization, forced contraception, and forced abortion. Chinese government statistics reported that from 2015 to 2018, birth rates in the mostly Uyghur regions of Hotan and Kashgar fell by more than 60%. In the same period, the birth rate of the whole country decreased by 9.69%. Chinese authorities acknowledged that birth rates dropped by almost a third in 2018 in Xinjiang, but denied reports of forced sterilization and genocide. Birth rates in Xinjiang fell a further 24% in 2019, compared to a nationwide decrease of 4.2%. These actions have been described as the forced assimilation of Xinjiang, or as an ethnocide or cultural genocide, or as genocide. Those accusing China of genocide point to intentional acts committed by the Chinese government that they say run afoul of Article 2 of the Genocide Convention, which prohibits acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a racial or religious group, including causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, and measures intended to prevent births within the group. The Chinese government denies having committed human rights abuses in Xinjiang. International reactions have varied. Some United Nations (UN) member states issued statements to the United Nations Human Rights Council condemning China's policies, while others supported China's policies, which includes nearly half of the signatories were Muslim-majority nations, including Pakistan, Qatar, Syria, the United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia. Which is absurdly shameless. Not a single Islamic nation, including OIC Organization of Islamic Cooperation, silently endorsing the suppression of Uyghur Muslims by not taking any action against China's gruesome treatment of Uyghur Muslims. Will Muslim ummah wake up? Will they ever get united against China? This is time for us to speak up, or else Uyghur will be vanished from the face of the earth.